Oh, look at him. He's running up the hall.
Oh.
He's looking a lot better than Colin Quinn was coming up the hall the other day.
But then again, it's not hard to look better than Colin coming up that hall.
Nick DiPaolo.
Hi, fellas.
Come
Hey,
on
Nick.
in, man.
Jesus, Jimmy.
No,
Farts
these are
and
eggs.
Huh?
Eggs, no farts. This is just literally
You farted
eggs.
earlier.
Hours ago. This is eggs.
It wasn't hours ago.
It was
Yeah,
like 2 minutes ago.
exactly. We were just saying, like, you sprinting up the hall, you looked a lot better than Colin Quinn.
He did not look
stumbling
so
up, just stumbling up the other day. The old
me and Quinn
Achilles.
are getting up there. We can't hide that no more.
What's going on, man?
Thanks for having me. Jesus Christ, what are you eating?
Eggs and avocado.
Smells like eggs and pussy. Which, by the way, thank you. So, where's the buttons on these things?
Welcome to the show, my friend.
Fellas, you guys sound great. I was listening on the way in.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I left my house at 7:15. Just got here. Okay, so you can stick this up your sister's ass.
Yeah, I had a long one this morning too, and I'm in the city. It was terrible.
You live in West.
It was. It took me like fucking half hour to
Sorry
get
if
here.
I don't show any sympathy for you.
But no, I was
I'm
saying-
coming from Albany, for Christ's sake, on a bike.
You gotta take the. You gotta take the Metro North.
No, you don't. ISIS takes the Metro North. Okay, I'm scared shit of trains because of that. But
Really?
but that's the thing. I live equidistant between like Chappaqua train station and Austin, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
But by the time I drive over there, it's like 5 miles. Everybody's already parked.
Yeah.
It's a fuck. By the time I do all that shit, I can be stuck in traffic on the sawmill. So
Plus, you're standing on the train because all those fucking people are lining up to get in. It's the fucking worst.
I felt like I felt like Charlie Sheen in Wall Street.
I felt like him at other times.
I'm going there. I'm in the fucking elevator with 80 other.
It's the worst.
I'm only 34 miles. It takes an hour and 25 minutes.
Yeah.
And when I go home today, it'll take me literally 46, 47 minutes.
Right.
It's fucking. It's like when you're at a wedding and they do that train dance. It's a long line of cars from here to where I live.
Right.
It's fucking. It doesn't work anymore.
It's a
Yeah.
nightmare. Bobby Kelly moved up there, but he's not nearly as far as you are.
I'm another like 12 miles north of Bobby. So, like I said, 6 minutes from Buffalo. But good career move.
You got a good place, though. Everybody says Nick's place is amazing.
Well, I've asked you up 8 times, Jimmy.
No,
I'd
I
like
know
you to
you
come
have.
up. We can
Nick's-
get some whores. The whores coming in and out of the place. It's nice. I was listening to you and I was crying. I'm like, when I get there, I'm going to choke them.
You didn't think Hillary won?
If they were both career politicians, I would agree with you.
Right.
But so I sort of judge Trump on a curve when it comes to debate. I've been saying this on my podcast forever.
Yeah.
If first of all, the whole narrative is bullshit. It's going to come down to the debates. I was saying 8 months ago, if that's the case, he's fucked.
Right.
Because she's going to look better debating. She's been doing it her whole
She
life.
better
the
look
lying
better
cunt.
debating. Yeah.
So, and that's the key, lying, if you want to look good in debate. So I judge him on a curve. I thought he did fine. And and I'm with you, the whole blow up about, oh my God, he's not going to accept it. For months he's been saying it's rigged. It would look silly if he went,
Yeah.
no, I'll accept it.
Exactly.
Chris Wallace would go, well, why would you accept it if you're
Right.
saying it's rigged? So
Right.
he answered that right.
You think Chris Wallace was good?
He was really good.
He was good, right?
Yeah, I thought he
He
kept it on
shut
the
Trump
tracks.
up at one point and went, sir. And Trump stopped.
I know. Did you see that? Yeah. No, I thought he was really good. He's one of those anal guys.
Yeah.
Can you explain this to me, both of you, please?
Yeah.
What is the point of having a live audience if they can't make a fucking peep? Why not just do it in a studio like this?
I never understood the live audience at all. I think the town hall format is stupid.
Yeah, well, that they get to interact.
I
You guys
guess,
hear
but
it
they're-
by Ken Bone?
Heard
Yes,
about
he's a
Ken
big
Bone.
Trayvon Martin fan, I heard. But do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was getting pissed every time
Right.
somebody would get a little giggle, and he was like an old school mom. Hey. Wait, why have a live audience?
Yeah, that is a good point. Why?
Did you watch him before the debate? Like right when he first got out there?
What did he do?
He really reprimanded them about not talking and talked
Yeah.
about how important it was for America that they don't talk.
Your
Yes.
visitors.
Like he spent minutes
Yes.
going over why they should not talk. Yeah, he said they're visitors.
Your visitors.
Yeah, you're not part of this debate. You're visitors.
It is
So are you,
interesting.
dickhead?
Fuck you.
Why is there an audience if they can't but because they do laugh once in a while.
That's what I'm saying, and they don't want that because Trump would maul her if that was the case. He'd
Yeah.
start going into stand-up.
Oh God.
This probably came from the DNC. You can't have any laughter or I don't know. I don't understand that. I mean, she had a good line.
She had a really couple. Yeah, she had a smashed
She had a
him with
couple of
something.
good lines.
They were talking about the Trump Towers, and she goes, "Built by Chinese steel."
Yeah.
That was great.
I was fucking belly laughing for
Yeah.
that, for that thick ankle dog face who has no sense of humor.
Are you not
she
a
got
Hillary
one
fan?
in there. It is creepy, man.
But that tells you what we were talking about, and I guess if you want to look at Twitter as the American public, but that's
No, you don't do that.
Because that's what's trending after the debate was hashtag Chinese steal and hashtag nasty woman. Like it was just whoever got the funniest lines.
Yeah,
in.
and then there's a bit, I'm starting to fucking, Megyn Kelly's starting to get on my nerves.
Yeah, she's
Boy,
lovely, though.
I know, I like that face.
Yeah.
Glad she got rid of the David Bowie look, back to being a...
What'd she do?
Well, remember, she had the hair back for about 6 months.
Oh, yeah.
This is the type of talk feminists love. her whole value is her fucking hairdo.
Well, why
I
aren't they
didn't mind
talking
that
about
either.
Bill O'Reilly's hairstyle? These guys.
Bill O'Reilly got a lot of pussy down there in Levittown.
Yeah,
I'll tell you.
I've talked a lot about Bill O'Reilly and his loofah sponge. Well, that
his
went away, didn't
loofah.
it?
But she, why? Look at that.
That's Megyn Kelly.
That's her
No.
on air. That's her on air on the Kelly file, right there.
That's not. It looks
That's
like,
Megyn Kelly.
That is her.
Yeah, she did that years ago.
She did a magazine spread, yeah.
Yeah.
GQ.
But she's,
Wow,
why?
with gams.
What? I know. Why do you have to say nasty woman? Because
Was that
she's
what
a
she was
woman and
saying?
she's fucking nasty.
Yeah.
You can't have it both ways, feminists. If you want to play in the big leagues,
Right.
you can't go, wherever we're equal to men, we can do anything you can do. Ooh, you called her nasty.
Which,
That's
by the
just
way,
wrong.
if Hillary had
Come
said
on.
he's an awful man, it's not like anybody would have been like, why'd she call him a man? Like,
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I mean, can we get to the equality? Is this what you want?
Right.
We
Nasty-
play rough and you play rough.
nasty woman. It's fine.
Fuck, she's so hot.
She's not even a woman. That was the part that offended me. I know.
I'd pork her.
Well, I'm more of a Greta Van Susteren fan. But,
From
she,
one side, yeah.
she has a whole spread, Greta, too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she-
How did you get them to do this?
She's in a male football league. She's in. Oh God, I never saw those. I've been wasting my time on Greta.
That's not
That's
real.
a Photoshop.
Oh Jesus Christ, yeah.
Yeah.
They,
That's not even her.
Yeah.
Just another blonde.
but there you go.
She's married with kids, all right?
Yeah, but it
Megyn
doesn't
Kelly.
matter.
Nah.
Yeah, you think
Oh, I
Roger
forgot
Ailes?
I'm being filmed. This is the thing today, man.
I know.
Yeah, you got to. You think Roger Ailes was sexually harassing Greta Van Susteren?
How about, was that the funniest thing when they were coming out and saying they were sexually harassed? Greta goes, he never did anything to me.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Greta
can't.
was-
Yeah, you know who else he didn't molest at Fox? The 72-year-old janitor, Jose.
Isn't that the best?
Yeah.
Greta's so humiliated. She goes, Roger never sexually harassed anybody. No, Greta. He never sexually harassed you.
Yeah, he fist bumped me once at a Christmas party. Yeah.
It's like the ugly kid that didn't get molested by the priest. He's offended.
Yeah. No, I think the priest was fine. No, it was you, stupid.
Yeah, but so I'm getting a little sick of it. And it seems like since Ailes had left, it's already changing a little. The chicks are all with their chest popped out.
Were you
Yeah.
happy that Hillary was able to kind of duck and weave around all the WikiLeaks questions?
In a perfect world, every question would have been about that.
Right?
Seriously, we are so corrupt, and even if she wins, which she probably will, to me, it looks like the script was written 2 years ago. But even if she wins, it's going to be fun because that shit's going to keep coming.
It's got to.
It's got to keep coming.
Because the army that Donald Trump created, nobody's going anywhere. They're not leaving.
That's a good point.
That's the thing.
a
Like,
good
they're still going to be there
Right.
after this election.
Yeah.
And they're all still going to be like, fine, you want to be president? Well, for the next 4 years, we're going to make your life a living hell.
No,
Yeah.
exactly.
You
I
know?
mean, you just watch. I mean, they dump every time they dump those WikiLeaks, then CNN would put something out about Trump, and
Yeah.
then the New York Times. It's so orchestrated now. If you just read into it a little bit,
You don't even really have to.
no, you don't.
It's
By
like-
osmosis,
Right. It's
yeah.
like plainly obvious. Like when this WikiLeaks thing started, same time the pussy tape came out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then Fox does one thing, and they're like, "Oh, look at how biased they are."
Right.
Jesus.
If you didn't watch Fox, you wouldn't know anything about fucking WikiLeaks.
No, it's true.
CNN, Chris Cuomo goes, you have to, by the way, looking at WikiLeaks files is illegal. You have to get this from us. Did you hear him say that on the fucking air?
No.
No.
Yes.
Is that what he said?
Yes. He goes, you have to go through us.
What
It
an
was
asshole.
the stupidest fucking thing I've ever
It's
heard.
not illegal at
And-
all.
And then another chick on CNN, Brooke, whatever, Baldwin, she didn't understand term limits. They're talking about term limits for congressmen. She goes, excuse me, don't they already have term limits? And this other woman had to let her down gently, like, no, you can keep getting elected. You have to run.
Yeah.
But,
They have it for president and for
yeah,
other things.
and that's what Dana Bash said. But it was fun. This is a woman on CNN.
Filled her in on how our government works.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does
The
he say
basics.
it here? Oh, look. He says here. On here.
Also interesting is remember, it's illegal to possess these stolen documents. It's different for the media. So everything you learn about this, you're learning from us.
Oh, that's reassuring. That's reassuring.
Don't go to the internet for anything. The television. The television. Us.
I'm playing cuts on my show today of they're talking about they're interviewing some congressman from New York, a Republican. And he's talking, and then he starts to bring up the WikiLeaks Hillary. His feed went off.
Oh, incredible.
And it's the worst acting you've ever seen. It's the same guy. Chris Cuomo goes, we lost him. That sucks. So I go on. I go to Google. They have a compilation tape of CNN doing that.
Really?
Yes. There's like 5 clips when somebody brings up something bad about Hillary.
Here it is.
Listen to the bad acting here by
issue. The public, 2/3 or more of the public knows that Hillary Clinton's a liar. She can't be trusted. And now the two faces of Hillary Clinton are coming out. The fact through WikiLeaks that she says one thing and
watch. Listen.
No. All right, let's see if we can get Congressman Collins back. Obviously, we just lost this satellite feed. That sucks.
Oh, no.
Haven't seen acting like that since John Ritter. And they come back, and he changes the question. This is from, who? I think Alex Jones.
He goes, no.
They speak for 30 seconds in between.
Wow.
And they come back and he
2 minutes and 30 seconds.
2 minutes and 30 seconds.
You've been doing a better job than I've ever heard you do going after Hakeem Jeffries about how emails are not a mistake. They were an intentional choice and series of choices by Clinton. But please, play to advantage and make the case that you think Trump has to make tonight.
See, now the question is different.
It has nothing to do with what we were talking
I'm
about.
telling you, they are the worst. When I was 22, I didn't even know about politics. I'm like, these people are fucking... Jimmy, what's worse when you're flying all over the country? What you do, I don't know if you take Delta a lot, and you pin and they have CNN blaring on every screen.
I don't watch any movies or TV on a plane. I don't care how long.
No, not on the plane, in the terminal. At the airport.
Oh, right.
You can't get away from it.
Yeah.
I go in the men's room. I'm in a stall with a fucking hood over my
You think CNN is worse
Exactly.
than MSNBC?
Sometimes the drill will help drown out that sound, but it's really frustrating.
That's a good question. He just asked me if MSNBC's were. I have more respect for them because they're like, this is where we stand.
They're
Here's the
blatant
tie-in.
about
Here's
it.
the tie-in. Atlanta. Delta's based out of Atlanta.
That's right.
Right.
And
So
it was a Ted Turner thing.
Yeah, they have a CNN.
That's
So
exactly
CNN
right.
is kind of portraying themselves as like, okay, you got your Fox conservative,
And we're in the middle.
MSNBC liberal. We give you the scoop.
And they are, in my opinion, they're the fucking worst. So.
Right.
But,
Because they're lying.
MSNBC comes out and says, we hate fucking anybody who's white, heterosexual male. Let's get on with it.
Right. And then Fox goes, that's all we like. Those are our
Well,
people.
no, Fox, they always want to do that too, equivocate Fox and MSNBC. It's just not fucking fair. I don't see any fucking conservatives on MSNBC unless they're retarded.
Oh, you mean like the talking head people, like the pundits and
The
stuff?
pundits.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fox. That's why I like Fox. They do have comics on. Like I've done almost nothing. I did Joy Behar's show a couple times when it was on
Me too,
HLN.
me too.
But they don't have comedians on or different points that like at least Fox. You can go on there and fuck around and say whatever you want. I've taken the liberal point on that. When Lena Dunham got in trouble for that stupid tweet, which people said was anti-American, anti-veteran, but it really wasn't.
Right.
And Hannity had me on. I was debating this Katie.
Who did Hannity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't take the.
Katie Pavich?
Yeah. Oh, she's gorgeous. Yeah, she's lovely.
You like her?
I do, yeah.
I like her neck.
I don't remember her neck.
Oh, she's got like a perfect neck.
She's very bright, but I just didn't. I didn't think she was right about that. So yeah, on that one, I took the liberal point of view.
I got a good story on that too. They called me. Remember when Letterman made a joke? It was about A-Rod banging Palin's daughter or
yeah,
some
but
shit.
he didn't know it was the young daughter, right?
Yes, and so they called me, Fox and Friends, and said, "Would you like to come on?" And they, they had a screen call first,
right?
And I said, "Yeah, Letterman was at a bar. I thought that was a too easy joke, blah 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 blah, But on the way in, I'm thinking about it. And I'm reading in the paper, and I changed my mind.
Sure,
I did. I'm like, well, Palin's a tough woman. She can handle her. You know what I'm saying? So when I go on the couch with Brian
Steve
Kilmeade and
Ducey,
Ducey, so I changed my tone, and they were all right with it.
Yeah.
But what's her name? Greta, the one that's gone. Not Greta, Gretchen Carlson.
Oh, yeah.
I come off, and Brian Kilmeade introduces me to Gretchen. I put my hand out. She looks down, gives me the most hateful fuck, and goes around me. I was so
Really?
I felt my face getting like warm. I was so humiliated.
wow.
But she was fucking fuming that I didn't, take
the company
either
line.
that or she seen my stand up on Comedy Central. But
Roger Ailes was playing it in the office one time. I love this guy with his dick on the table.
Let me tell you about Ailes. I have the same taste as he does. I'll tell you that, except for Greta. I don't know how. I don't know how she must have blown Roger Ailes, and he must have a huge dick. It stretched her mouth out to the left.
I believe a lot of that. You know, like the heads of a network like that. How do you not?
Well, especially when you look at Fox News, it's like the hottest women on cable.
Yeah,
are
how do you
all
not
on
be
Fox
creepy?
News.
I don't believe that any of these guys are really not creepy.
Of course. You don't think it's CNN, those pervert? I mean, us righties were known to be the stiff ones that, you know, we're not into kinky shit, which is also a lie, too.
Yeah, it certainly is. Certainly is.
So what do
you
you-
like any kink? You strike music, not like you don't like to fuck, but that you don't.
Well, I've been married almost 20 years, so kink for me is fingering my wife while we're watching Jeopardy. Different types of fishes for 50. No, I don't. Well, when I was in college, and that's how I defend gay people all the time. When people get upset about gay marriage, it's perverted. Next thing, I go, the shit I was trying to do in college.
Right.
You know what I mean? Drilling a hole in my this kid at my fraternity's wall. I come home, he's drilling a hole because his room was next to the bathroom, and would have a party at the
Sure.
fraternity. It was the girls' bathroom. So there'd be a
Yeah.
line of guys in the closet watching girls pee through a hole in his fucking. And I helped them with the drill. I got the bit, and so
I don't blame you. No, I would absolutely peek through that hole.
You would?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clip clop of ladies' shoes, the telltale turnaround of ladies' shoes.
yeah, we look in there. What do we see? Like 4 girls from Lewiston that are 40 pounds old peeing into our tub. That was still enough. But yeah, no, I did. But you, Jimmy, you're in the league by you're like.
I'm in a big league.
Yeah. There's a lot. There's big league. He's kinking bigly.
It sounds like big league to me.
I think it's big league.
I hear big
You
league
were
every
saying
time.
big league?
No, it's really G.
B-I-G-L-Y.
Once you think that, that's how you're going to hear it.
I know.
It's big league.
I'm
Big league.
convinced. I'm convinced he was saying big league, and then somebody pulled him aside and said, "That's not a fucking word. Say big league if you're going to say anything."
It's like saying big time. It's like, it's just the way he says it.
No,
Hey, that's
exactly.
big time. It's
Exactly.
but it probably doesn't seem very presidential to say big time. It's childish.
You couldn't have been thoroughly thrilled when Hillary called him a puppet, and then his big response was, "I'm not a puppet. You are."
But she kind of is. I thought it was kind of true. But yeah, no, he doesn't have to do that.
No.
He doesn't have. But you know what?
By the way, he could have backed it up. He could have said, "I'm not a puppet. You are. Here's why."
Right.
And then explain to the world why she's a puppet. But to just say, "Nope,
But
you
that's
are."
my point, Sam. He's not a professional politician,
Yeah.
so he's not a great. And I know that. I knew that a year ago. I
Right.
go, if it's debate, she's going to look better every time.
These little things that they do to smooth out. I mean, one thing she is she is a smooth motherfucker, man. Like on these moments, she keeps it cool.
But how about the psycho smile, Jimmy? Was that sending a chill up your ass?
She's nutty,
Yeah.
but she's smoother than.
Oh,
me.
yeah.
She's just better at this.
No, she's been lying for 40 years professionally.
Yeah.
I
And that's
don't
that
like his
smile
taxes.
thing.
I want to see his tax results. I don't like that either. I mean, the billionaires are not for guys like
No,
me
I
either.
don't.
Hillary's smile thing is creepy. Like when he
Yeah.
goes like, "Oh, well, they're mistreating gays," and she just starts smiling like, it's like, what are you laughing
I've
at?
seen those videos, them throwing guys off the roof. I've seen the ones in the Middle East. The ISIS
Yeah.
does it, but they really do. They throw you off the fucking roof.
They did it here in New York City, be raining men for 3 weeks. Sam Champion comes on. Let's take a look at the forecast outside. Holy shit, my life partner Kevin just flew by the window.
Yeah, but that doesn't get talked about, right? The fact that Saudi
That was
Arabia,
a great.
that was
one
an
of
awesome point.
That was a great point that he was drawing. I think you should give the money back.
Yeah.
And you were talking about Ted Cruz's mouth. How about his mouth?
It
looks like an
Trump's.
asshole with teeth. Yeah. And who doesn't have one of those? But yeah, it was whatever. Like I said, I judge him on a curve.
That's a good way to say it. Yeah, when he talks, I definitely did too.
What do you watch when you're at home? Do you watch CNN because you like to
Questionable.
get mad about it?
I flip around. You know, I try to, but a lot of Fox.
I watch
because
mainly Fox News. Yeah.
Yeah, because I get both. I really do. I feel like I get both sides. You know what I mean?
I get to see my friends on Fox. That's why I watch it.
Well,
Everyone I know does it. All my pals are on Fox.
Yeah.
I know. You see, but
They're better TV too. Fox News. Like all the other news networks don't know how to do a TV show.
Greg Gutfeld made me a big Fox fan because he's conservative more so, but he's a smart guy, and he's not like a language cop. He's not like uptight. Gutfeld
you're
made
right.
me. He's a funny dude, man.
he grew on me. At first, I was like, "What's with the unicorns and shit?"
Yeah.
and then, but then I saw him making good points on Red Eye here and there, and then. He really stepped it up on the 5. I'm like, oh my god, he's
I don't
way
watch that.
smarter than anybody around the. Well, you have a life and shit and a career.
I watch the 5 sometimes.
Once in a while,
I seen it.
I like him. but Gutfeld is like to me flying over their head, all of them at the table.
Yeah.
But
And he doesn't mind getting mean. He's not there to make friends.
no, and he went to Berkeley, so sometimes a little bit of liberal shit shows through.
What happened to what's his name? I like the guy too. The big Bob.
Beckel.
I like Bob Beckel.
What was his last outrageous statement? You guys probably can
Did he
pull
get in
it.
trouble for that? Is that why he's not there?
Well, he's a heavy drinker too. But
isn't he sober? He's sober many years.
yeah, but he fell off the wagon. I don't know if that's true.
Did he?
But what did he say? He said a couple months ago. He said something outrageous.
Did he do it while he was on CNN, or is this
Yes,
back when he was working
on
at
CNN.
Fox? Oh,
Something about we should have somebody whacked or killed. Who the fuck was it? Somebody. Your crack staff will pull it up.
he once snarled that Julian Assange should be killed.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Was that it, or was that
That
was
might
that
have been it.
another
I wish
time?
I was on. I would have said, "Tell us how you really feel." I brought the house down.
Yeah, I mean, he was good. Like when he was on the 5, he was good every 3 weeks or so. He was good for saying something
He'd
outrageous.
do this, Sam. This is when I fell in love with Beckel. He was talking about Hannity had said something really conservative, and I think he was on the 5. He did this twice. He goes. He gave the Italian fuck you. You know that arm thing? He goes, Buffin'. He actually went Buffinable.
What are you
That's
doing,
something you
dude?
see in Staten Island with 2 Italians fighting on a porch. And he goes, Buffin', which means fuck Naples or whatever. But he said it on the air, and I told Colin about it, and the next night he did it again. So I think,
And your favorite comic, this is what's amazing about Nick, your favorite comic is not a guy who politically was like you.
No.
He was like totally the polar opposite.
You're talking about Mike Birbiglia, right?
Yeah, absolutely, yes. Mike is a very, very liberal guy. He's a big Bill Hicks fan.
I love Hicks.
Yeah, but I've heard you talk about Hicks for almost 20 years. Totally the
Yeah,
opposite
polar
of you.
opposites.
Yeah.
But I liked his conviction and his dark poetry when he was talking about Republicans and shit. And,
Right.
and he backed it up with, I liked his conviction. He wasn't afraid to, but he was a smart guy, and I learned shit, about the left listening to Hicks. How many comedians can you say that about?
Right.
Yeah.
Him and Lisa Lampanelli.
And he didn't come across as hypocritical. Like he wasn't lying. He wasn't being hypocritical. He was being true.
Right.
And like as long as somebody's being honest and smart,
Right.
like you can find common ground. Charlie in Delaware has a question for Nick
I
DiPaolo.
wanted to get out of here. Yes, Charlie. Hi, Charles.
What's going on, Charlie?
Charlie Krauthammer.
Hey, Nick. Just wondering what was life like having Mitch Hedberg as a neighbor back in the day?
Oh, well, you heard the joke he did. Bad music used to come out of there, and I used to bang on his wall. This is before I knew it was Mitch. I moved into some. You heard this. He did
No.
a joke about me on Letterman.
I did not know
No.
that.
Yeah, I moved into the shitty apartment in West Hollywood, and the day I moved in, the superintendent goes, "Hey, you're a comedian. There's a comedian living next to you." I go, "What's his name?" He goes, "I don't know, something Hedberg or something." I didn't even know him at the time. Not too many people did. I'm like, So then, like a few weeks later, I hear like guitar coming on. I go, "This guy must be a real fucking hack." I hear a guitar coming through the wall, but then I see him on Letterman a couple months later, and I'm like, "Holy shit! I got one of the funniest guys on the planet living next to me." But I used to bang his. I don't know if he was in a band or his wife. They would have people on play and I'd bang on the wall, and he wrote some joke about it, like you have to come around, like I was knocking on a door or something, and he did it on Letterman. Remember Zoe used to book
Zoe Friedman, yeah.
Yeah, I looked at a set list. She had a set list on a napkin, and the second one it said DiPaolo.
Oh, that's funny.
And I'm on it because I fucking love that guy, and
Is this
Yeah.
is this the bit right here, knocking on walls?
probably.
Oh, wow.
Let's
That's a
see,
cool
two of
set.
them.
That's a
Special. Does anybody know who I am? Wow. Why did a bunch of people who don't know who I am show at my special?
Exactly.
I used to live here in Los Angeles on Sierra Bonita.
Yep.
And I had an
That's it.
apartment. And I had a neighbor. And whenever he would knock on my wall, I knew he wanted me to turn my music down. And that made me angry because I like loud music. So when he knocked on the wall, I'd mess with his head. I'd say, "Go around." I cannot open the wall. I don't know if you have a doorknob on the other side.
I did.
Over here, there's nothing. It's just flat.
It's just what?
It's just flat.
I like an escalator, man, because an escalator.
That's the best line of the
It's just flat.
Oh, mama.
You see so many guys, by the way, that have stolen Mitch's cadence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So guys like Attell and Mitch, but they're probably
Most
the two-
mimicked.
Mimicked, yeah, and unintentionally. Guys don't even know they're doing it, but you hear. I think those two are the most mimicked. Can you think of anyone who gets mimicked as much as those guys?
Yes, Jack Benny.
Oh, yeah.
I think Tom. I'm not saying Tom, but Tom Papa sounds like Jack Benny. He's got that nice. Hi, how are you?
yes,
It's that
yes.
friendly.
Yeah.
That cadence that I don't have in me today.
How's
and
your
tomorrow.
podcast?
That's the funnest thing I do right now.
It is, right?
Yeah. I have a podcast that you can hear for free on iTunes, riotcast.com on Mondays. If you like it, you go to connectpal.com/Nick. Connectpal.com/Nick. You can sign up for 2 to 3 more shows a week for $3.99 a month, and it's growing like crazy. It's one of the best things that happened to me.
So wait a minute,
it really is.
That's smart to do the show for free.
Yeah, give them a
Once
taste.
a week. And then if you like it, you get 3 shows a week.
Yeah,
for
2 to 3 more a week.
You do extra
Oh,
shows
so you
just
might
for
do-
that.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
I do extra shows, and it's $1 a week for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
And I put a lot of work. I treat it like a radio show. I prep a couple hours, and I do, you know,
But is it by yourself? You just talking?
just by myself.
That's great. That's
And-
hard to do.
And you got experience doing real radio, so you
Yeah.
actually know how to do it.
I didn't when I first started doing the podcast. I'm like, this is creepy. I felt like a kid with a ham radio in his basement. I didn't really like it, but then it started to grow on me, and yeah, it's the same muscle.
What do you do,
Right.
an hour?
So yeah, I do it.
That's good.
Right around an hour every day.
Perfect.
Not every day, but
Couple times a week.
Couple times a week. Connectpal.com/Nick if you want to sign up, or go to my website, nickdip.com.